If you are struggling in Diamond Rank in Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 3, this video is for you. I will give you guys a step-to-step guide on how you can gain the most percentage in every ranked game you play. I will tell you guys what drop spots you should land at, what loadouts to carry, how to use the cars at your full advantage, and a lot more. No matter if you're a passive player or a player that likes W King everybody, this step-to-step guide will help you tremendously. Now, let's get into the video. The first thing we're going to talk about is what game mode should you play? Should you play solos, duos, trios, or squads? The best game mode to play to gain percentage is solos, but honestly, cars are so annoying to play against in solos because when you're fighting someone, they usually just drive away or they just panic spam the nitro fists. If you want to keep your sanity, play anything else besides solos. But remember, the more players you play with, the less kills and placement points are worth. Like 4 kills in squads is equal to 1 kill in solos. You have options, so pick your poison. The next thing I want to go over real quick is make sure you're warming up. Warming up is such an easy thing to do before starting your rank session. You want to make sure that you're warming up every aspect of your game, like your free building, your piece control, and your aim. Not warming up can result in you dropping unnecessary percentage, because you be playing against players that have been playing upon hours and hours compared to you that just hopped on. So make sure you warm up. The next thing I want to go over is master your drop spot. You want to make sure you find a spot that fits your playstyle. For example, if you are a passive player but you drop Nitro Drone, that wouldn't make any sense because 1, it's in the middle of the map, and 2, you'll be fighting a lot of people. Make sure you find a spot that has a good amount of loot and a spot that fits your playstyle. If you don't have a spot you consistently drop at, go to Fortnite.gg. As soon as you make it to Fortnite.gg, okay? First off, you want to make sure that you have all the spawns on for the chest, for the rare chest, ammo boxes, full loot, all that stuff, make sure it's on. And I'm going to show you guys the best spots to land at. So if you're more of a passive player, I'm going to show you guys 3 spots. The first spot I want to show you guys is, okay, this spot's very low key. So as you can tell when I zoom out, it's obviously on the corner of the map. So it's going to be very far, probably from zone most games, but honestly, it's very worth it. So obviously there's a slurp truck, which is very nice and helpful, okay? There's a lot of chests. I can't even lie. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's about 15 chests here, and there's about like 15 to 20 ammo boxes. And there's slurp barrels too. There's a launch pad, so obviously you get in a sticky situation, you can leave. So honestly, this spot's very underrated and very good. So the second spot I want to show you guys is kind of close to this area, but it's still on the edge of the map, which all these low-key places are in the edge of the map. So obviously, you know, as I zoom in right here, it's a pretty nice spot. I can't even lie. There's a lot of cactus, which they add. Slurp cactus is very nice. It gives you 30 shield or 30 HP, which is very helpful. And there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and they all regenerate, so it's very helpful. There's only like 4 chests here, 4 or 5. There's 5 chests here, and there's a good amount of ammo boxes, and there's slurp barrels too. So honestly, this is a very good spot too. The last and final place I want to show you if you're a passive player is this spot right here. So it's on the edge of the map. You zoom in, there's a lot of fishing spots here, which is very nice. There's about 10 fishing spots, which is very nice. There's slurp barrels. There's a good amount of chests. There's a lot of ammo boxes, a lot of floor loot spawns. There's cars too, which is very helpful. That's probably what's better about this. There's cars, because cars are very meta, sadly, but it just is what it is. And yeah, there's also a launch pad. So honestly, I highly recommend to land any of these 3 spots if you're a passive player. So if you like W King, you should have to land at this spot called Nitro Drone. Nitro Drone, obviously, most people probably landing their first game. It's a really nice spot. There's a lot of cars here, so if you can't get a gun right off the bat, you can just hop in the car so you won't die right away. Honestly, this is a very good spot to try to get a lot of kills off spawn. Also, the boss spawns here too, which is very nice. And you can also get a nitro car. After the boss spawns, it takes like a minute and a half for the boss to spawn. After you kill the boss, you can get the nitro car. Probably the best nitro car on the map is at this place, so I highly recommend landing here if you like W King. And the last spot I wanted to go over is Gamemode. Gamemode's still very good because it still has the green stuff, you know, around the map, which you can use the skulls to dash. And you can also still get the mythic gatekeeper shotgun. This spot's still one of the best places. And honestly, not as many people land here this season, but still, there's a good amount of people that land here. You'll still get some kills off spawn. You can also rotate very quickly out of here. So I would highly recommend landing here if you like W King, and it's actually in the middle. Like if you're kind of passive and kind of like W King, it's like right in the middle. It's a nice safe spot. All right, and also this Fortnite.gg is very helpful for memorizing chest spawns. This is the whole point of using this. You know, you got to abuse this because when you do this, you're going to be levels above other players that don't spend time doing stuff like this. So make sure you practice where your floor loot spawns are, chest spawns, slurp barrels, all those stuff. After you find a drop spot, you need to figure out, How you want to play mid-game. Mid-game is very important, especially if you want to fight people. Most players don't have an idea how to play mid-game. They just roam around and try to find a fight so they can go third party, which can work. But you can even potentially get fourth party. It's all about your positioning. If you want to fight mid-game, first, get a car and start roaming around until you find somebody. And when you do find somebody, or you see a fight that's happening, use your car and ram it into them and use your nitro fists. You may think I'm kidding, but no, you seriously have to play cringe. You have to abuse the meta in order to win more fights. Most competitive players playing ranked, they'll be like, oh, I just want a box fight player to improve, but this season you cannot do that. You can try, and I'm gonna wish you good luck, but you won't. Make sure to carry nitro fist and have a car with a turret, a bumper, and indestructible wheels. Also, you want to also carry a torch to repair your car, because most players will have cars, and if your car gets slow, you can heal it up and keep it until endgame. If you don't want to fight mid-game, make sure you rotate dead side of zones. It's simple, but you want to lower the percentage of getting into fights. Make sure you have rotations like a car and nitro fist. You will still get into some fights even though you rotated dead side of zone, but you'll be more than likely you won't get third party. Now, let's talk about endgame. Endgames this season, there isn't much to it. Make sure you have a car with a turret, good tires, and a bumper. Because cars endgame are going to be so valuable because over half the players are going to be using cars, so make sure you have one. And also, this is when placement points and kill points are worth a lot more compared to early and mid game. So make sure you're getting a lot of fights. When it comes to your rotations, make sure you're getting ahead of zone because it is very important so you can hold players and get easy beams off them. Get into lots of fights, but also rotate early. The last and final tip I want to give you guys is have a positive mindset. Just remember, Fortnite is just a game, and there is so much more to life than just Fortnite. Don't take it too seriously. Just make sure you're having fun, and just make sure you're improving your skills every day. If you guys learned something, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!